I'm ready to go home. Back out on the river again today, and I gotta admit to you, I came here with the intention of scuba diving this spot because it's kind of deep, and I'm suspecting, at least I hope, there might have been some stuff here. But when I drove for like an hour and a half, got to the river, it is very cloudy today. Apparently they must have had a thunderstorm yesterday and I didn't do my homework and look at the gauges. As you can see, it's not like really super muddy, but you know, it's only got a couple feet visibility, and I don't want to scuba dive if you guys can't see. It's just not worth it to me, because this will be clear in a couple of days probably. So I decided to just jump in the boat and cruise around and see if I could find another spot that maybe we could do a little detecting in and find a few things. I haven't really done a video because I know a lot of you guys don't like it if I don't find a bunch of stuff. But I enjoy being out here, so I'm going to stay out here anyway. So I figured I'd just go ahead and do a video. I have found a couple things. I've just found something that kind of made me think, man, how to turn my camera on. It's a nice wide spoon handle, made out of, like, I guess some type of brass. And great, gave a good signal. I also found a brick here, and I was digging that spoon. When I was digging the handle there, I also dug a nail. Some junk in here too. I got a strap, iron strap off of something. That's a nice old one though. And of course a piece of a plow. So I thought I'd go ahead and just do a video, if not for you guys, at least for myself, so I can document where I'm finding things. And we'll just go from there. No underwater action here because it's really muddy, but who knows. I got a couple little other places I want to check upriver where it's going to be shallower, and if I can get about a foot of water or so, you'll be able to see under pretty good. It's just not good for scuba diving today. All right, so without further ado, let's go ahead and get back to it. We're just going to work around through here, kind of along the bank. It gets deep pretty quick right here, so we're not going to get out too far. And let's see what we can find. Feel pretty good about that spoon handle though. A fork, I guess it could be a fork, I don't know. So this is a really interesting crossing, and just carpeted with square nails and iron. Not finding any good squeakers though. Did want to let you see what kind of stuff I'm finding. I don't have any idea what that thing is. It's heavily corroded, of course, so you can't really see what's got an incrustation on it. Looks almost like a bone, really, but that's like it's almost like wire there, but I don't think that's a piece of wire. I'm not sure what it is. And just want to show you the magnet. If you look here, I got like little hand forged spikes, lots of little square nails, and rocks. The rocks are very have a lot of iron in them in this area. So they're attracted, or magnet attracts them. So I'm finding a lot of rocks too. But the interesting thing is, there's just so many signals here that I think if I just fanned, I could probably find some good stuff. But I can't really see the bottom today, so I'm not going to do that. But I'm definitely going to come back here when the river clears up, and we'll bring a tank here too and check this thing out. And this is a crossing, so and it was been in use for a couple hundred years, so it's hard to say what else it might be here if we give it enough time. Egret. When I was a kid, you never saw a bird like that around here, but now they're everywhere. I guess I might as well let you hear what I'm hearing, just so you can see how much iron is in this area right here, which is really kind of... Well, that's not iron. We'll dig that in a second. Nah, that might not be iron either. That's not iron. I'm sure glad I got you guys out, because I just went over that area. It's like iron. Let me go ahead and dig them. I'll show what they are. Leg hold animal trap that has not been sprung. I mean, it's really old, obviously. It's no danger whatsoever, but that was lost probably in a flood before the trapper could retrieve it. I did find one weird little find, and that is some sort of toy gun, I guess. That looks like a hammer on the top, you know, like a musket hammer. Now, one thing of interest, I'm seeing these little pile of rocks in front of me. That looks man-made. I don't know why that would be there. Unless there's a house or something up there and they might have thrown them in for a little patio, maybe. It is loaded with iron, and my very first thing I pulled out with a magnet is an awesome freaking kettle. This is a nice cooking kettle, cast iron. That thing could be 200 years old. Now, we could easily find Civil War stuff, colonial stuff here, and of course modern stuff. But I'm very excited because of the amount of iron we're hearing so far, and some of it is obviously old. Animal trap. There's another something small. Oh, there it is. Maybe it's an artillery shell. It's whatever it is, it's stuck pretty good. No. Oh, that thing's huge. You know, I don't know what it is, but that's the pan from the trap. That's part of the animal trap. That's the trigger for it. Call it a pan. This is whatever it is right here, and it's, I can't even pick it up. It's probably be 80 pounds, 100 pounds. Let me set you down. Hopefully you can kind of see. Let's see what it is. No, it's probably a rock. Probably a magnet. I'll check it out. Up here. Yeah, it's a rock. But there's a big piece of iron here. There it is. You still see me? There you go. This is a big piece of iron. I don't know what it is. It's flat, bevel, could be part of a stove. Let me go ahead and turn you guys off and get to work here for a little bit and see if I can find something good that will make us want to come back. So just give me a couple minutes, let me get a couple more targets. Well, I have good news and I have bad news. First, the bad news. I lost my pick somewhere in the gooey mess down there. So what I'm going to have to do is leave this area. I've been looking for like half an hour, and there's so much iron in there, I can't tell the pick from any other iron. What we're going to do is we're going to leave this area, go a little bit further upstream. I got another place to check, and give this area a chance to clear out, because I'll be able to see it once the water clears. It's taking a long time right in that little spot. Good news is I'm not skunked on Civil War relics, because I found a fired mini ball there. This is a 58 caliber Civil War, American Civil War mini ball that's been fired probably from across the river. So we did get something at least. There's a lot of, well, not a lot, but there's some, you know, these sinkers and stuff in there, a lot of cans, unfortunately, and a lot of more modern junk. Obviously, it was a dumping area maybe for a very long time, but some of the stuff in there is like 1950s. So let's go ahead and go to my next spot. I'm going to try that real quick, give it about half an hour, then we'll come back and look for my pick, because I'd rather have my pick than anything else right now. Yeah, you saw all this stuff here, like a hinge. I got a hinge out of there and a few other things. All right, let's go ahead and move upriver. Heading upriver to check out another spot that should be a ford, but as I got out in the middle and looked up, you can see there is a large thunderstorm building, and I believe it's moving this way. So I'm not going to go any further up. In fact, I'm going to work my way back down to where I lost my pick, and hoping that it's visible now, and if it is, we're going to grab it and split, at least get a lot closer to the boat ramp, because we're a long ways above the boat ramp right now, probably at least an hour and a half in this thing. I don't hear it rumbling yet, so we're still safe, but it's definitely moving this way. I heard a little bit of thunder. It should be right up in here. I guess I shouldn't turn off the motor yet. Ah, yeah, it's nice and clear now. We should be able to see it. Let's float over it, see if we can see it. I think it's up by a stick right up in there, but I just couldn't find it before. Sort of on the pot right there. Luckily I can stand up in this thing and still work the controls. Man, I am not seeing it. I thought it was going to be right in here. It might be under that muck, unfortunately. Boy, you know, I was up by this stone right up in here. I remember being up there. A little bit above here. Got a white PVC. There it is right there. I saw the white PVC on it where the magnet is. All right, let's go get it. I don't know what that square stone is. There's a lot of more modern stuff right in this area too. So I couldn't find it. Wasn't looking in the right spot. All right, let's go ahead and scoot down the river and get closer to the boat ramp. All right, see, I'm not really that worried about thunderstorms. Well, I am, but got a little magnet right here. Hits the blade and keeps it on there. We can wait the thunderstorm out along the bank, that's no problem, but the problem is it's so late in the afternoon now that if it's a long thunderstorm, like if it hangs around for an hour or two, we might not make it back to the boat ramp before it gets dark, unless we are traveling in the lightning and the storm, and I don't want to do that. So we'll get down to where about 15-20 minutes away from the boat ramp. Breeze is picking up. The interesting thing, the breeze is going this way toward the thunderstorm. And the reason that is happening is because as the thunderstorm builds, the air goes up in the the air gets sucked up high, and that's why you see those big high anvil cloud. That's a big anvil cloud there. That's what's happening, is the air is actually being sucked into it from where we're standing, and it's going straight up. Now as it gets closer, the air will be coming down, so we'll get like a gust front that will come through pushing the opposite direction. That's one way you can kind of tell a really big storm, is because the air will be moving toward it when it's a little ways away. I can hear the thunder now. Yeah, let's get going. Let's get going. This isn't gonna be good. I think it's gonna be a big one too. Yeah, it's definitely building and it's chasing us. If I stop for a second, you can see how it's getting that anvil, a classic anvil shape, going up that way and going up that side and kind of going to be flat on the top. That's called an anvil cloud, and that's a clear sign of a storm that's growing and is probably going to be big. Hear it? Yeah, we better be scooting. Pretty though, isn't it? Gorgeous. But we better be scooting. Closer pretty fast. I mean, it's starting to make a lot of noise. Halfway back or so. I'm feeling pretty good. It looks like it might be, that's gonna hit us. I was gonna say it might scoot to the side, but there's no way. It's way over here now, and it's way as far as we can see that way. So you can see it's really grown a lot as it's getting closer. That's the leading edge right there, so it's definitely gonna hit us. I can hear the thunder. There's one little spot down here I want to check real quick though that I kind of skipped when I came up through here. Maybe we'll just give it 5 minutes or not. We'll see. I know I'm probably going to regret this, but I want to metal detect this spot right here. There's like a flat rock ledge that goes all the way across the river. It's not very deep. It's really consistent. I don't see any fords marked right here, but it looks like it would be a great place for one. So I just want to jump out real quick, see if we can find a horseshoe or two. And if we can, we'll come back to this spot. So I've searched pretty much all the way across the river, and it's really consistently flat. You know, not too deep right there, no deep holes or anything. Well, I got to here, and there's kind of a few spots that might be problematic for wagons, especially right up in there. So not a single horseshoe one, just a bunch of marlin fishing stickers. I guarantee it. I'm glad I made it. That's the storm we've been running. It's flashy. I got about 15 minutes to get the kayak on the truck, so I'm gonna be scooting. Crazy people swimming over there. Yeah, you do. You're crazy. Well, I made it back to the truck. I got the thing loaded. It was a little hairy with the crane up there, and the lightning dancing around us. Really not that bad right now though. I guess I ought to put my window up a little bit. Hold on. Just a wee bit. There you go. Well, we kind of beat the storm. I mean, I'm soaking wet, but at least I'm not on the river hiding under a tree. I normally don't like to rush to get back to the truck, but it was so close to getting dark today that I wanted to get off the river before it hit, because if I didn't, it could, you know, been pitch black when I got here, and that's not good. So hope you enjoyed it. I'm ready to go home.
Mother Earth, she's got her secrets she's promised to keep. Mother Earth, she's hidden in her dirt, or promised to keep. Hidden in her dirt or deep in her exactly what she's saving. Where